I'm an elite banker, so I deserve a beautiful and capable woman to remarry. Being with a dreary woman like you just brings down my luck. I'm divorcing a useless woman who doesn't earn a dime. What about our child? What will happen to her? Take care of Emily yourself. I'm having a new child with my mistress. My husband, who had abandoned me and our daughter Emily, and even impregnated his mistress, announced he was remarrying. Fed up with his attitude, I decided on divorce. After the divorce was finalized, I still had important matters to attend to. As I went to his workplace to handle these matters, I encountered my husband and his mistress, both smirking as they approached. Miss me so much you came all the way to my office? You're just a housewife with no money, probably here to dip into the savings, right? The two looked down on me like trash, but I responded with a cold expression. I came to withdraw $12 million. What? My husband, learning that I had won a large lottery prize, desperately begged for forgiveness. My name is Jennifer Brown. I'm 32 years old. My childhood dream was to work in elderly care, wanting to help others. After high school, I attended a vocational school for elder care and achieved my dream. Working as a caregiver was tough but fulfilling, especially when patients thanked me. One day, a close colleague invited me to a mixer, where I met my husband, Michael Brown. My first impression was, he's handsome. I wanted to talk to him, but he seemed the quiet type, perhaps not fond of such events. However, walking to the station together, we chatted and I found him unexpectedly talkative and enjoyable. Michael was just shy, not cool or aloof. I found this gap endearing. We quickly became close and decided to marry. However, through mutual friends, I later learned that Michael had another girlfriend at the time. I was shocked to find out about Michael's double life, but by then we were already married. I believed he truly loved and chose me for who I am. In the early days of our marriage, we enjoyed things like going to sports games and movies, soaking in the newlywed vibe. Lottery tickets became a shared hobby for us. The first time we bought a lottery ticket was during a sports event. We stumbled upon a lottery booth and, out of curiosity, bought our first sports lottery ticket. Surprisingly, we won. Probably beginner's luck. It wasn't a huge amount, but it got us hooked, and we started buying small amounts regularly. We'd say things like, "Today seems lucky, let's buy a ticket," or "My horoscope was number 1 this morning, let's try our luck." It was one of the few hobbies we enjoyed together. Around our 4th year of marriage, when I was thinking we should maybe start fertility treatments since we weren't having any luck with kids, I got pregnant with our first child. Good job, Jennifer! We're finally gonna be parents. Michael was overjoyed, tears in his eyes when the pregnancy test turned positive. I'm so happy. But we'll really celebrate after we visit the OBGYN. I'm so nervous. But somehow, I feel like everything's gonna be alright. Just a hunch. The next day, nervously, we went to the OBGYN. When the doctor confirmed the pregnancy on the ultrasound and said, "Congratulations, you're pregnant," I saw it with my own eyes. I was so thrilled, I immediately texted Michael from the waiting room. I'm pregnant. Just entered the 5th week. Once we're in the safe zone, we gotta tell both our parents. He read the message right away and replied, "Really? That's great. I'm so happy, thank you. Be careful on your way home, Jennifer." He usually took forever to reply, but he must have been really happy this time. I returned home, savoring the happiness. That night, we have so much to look forward to. Michael, do you want a boy or a girl? Tough choice. I'd be happy with either, but if it's a girl, I might be too sad to let her go when she gets married. With a boy, we can play a lot while he's little. Yeah, maybe. But if it's a girl, I'd love to chat about crushes and stuff with her. We chatted about such light-hearted things over dinner. Eventually, we found out the baby's gender. Pregnancy was hard, but with Michael's support, I had a happy, trouble-free maternity experience. Time flew, and I safely gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. We named her Emily. We talked about overcoming anything together as a couple, but after pregnancy and childbirth, I quit my job. I had been working as a caregiver, which was physically demanding and involved night shifts, making it hard to continue. But this change turned Michael's attitude completely. When we both worked full-time, we shared household chores. But once I became a stay-at-home mom, he started saying things like, "You were home all day, right? Why didn't you clean? You've got time, make more elaborate meals." He began to berate me. Since his attitude had become so, our marital relationship gradually faded. We slept in the same bed, but there was no intimacy. "I'm only sleeping here because there's nowhere else. I don't even want to be near you," he'd say. I wanted to tell him to sleep on the floor, but I couldn't say such things. We hardly had any proper conversations. When I tried to talk, he wouldn't listen or would give indifferent replies. "Hey, I saw this drama yesterday." "Uh-huh. Listen. Emily did this today." "Sure." That was the extent of our exchanges. "Uh-huh, sure, and nothing more." He seemed uninterested in expanding the conversation. The only time he responded with more than indifference was when he was angry. "Ugh. What's with this meal? It's too bland. I can't eat this. I thought less seasoning would be healthier." "Shut up. Can't cook, can't clean. You're useless at everything. Who else would have married you, huh?" He'd say things like that frequently. Eventually, he even began to treat Emily, only 3 years old, coldly. "Daddy. Look. Emily drew this." Even when she showed him her drawing, he'd just say, "So?" No child would feel close to such a father. Yet, I persevered, trying not to upset my husband and avoid fights. But lately, I've been thinking, am I just a housekeeper under the guise of a stay-at-home mom? At home, he's like that, but outside, he's a banker at a major bank. My friends even envy me, saying, "Wow, a banker husband. You're in the winning team. And he seems to love you so much, Jennifer." True, he only has a good public image. Once, at a friend's wedding, he said in front of everyone, "Jennifer is great at cooking, cleaning, and laundry. She's truly a wonderful wife." My friends were all excited, cheering. But in reality, he's disinterested in Emily and me at home, just an abusive husband. He's a completely different person outside. And he's so selfish. He leaves for the weekend without a word, coming home in the wee hours. Never helping with housework or childcare. On weekdays, I don't know when he finishes work, he comes home late, and I don't even know where he is. When I ask, he snaps, "It's none of your business where I am or what I'm doing. Just be grateful an elite like me brings money home." He even said, "You're home all day, but can't even do household chores right. Don't complain to an elite like me. You've lost all your style, not even looking like a woman anymore." I was shocked and could only cry when he first said that. Despite this, I tried to rebuild our relationship many times. But with him rarely home or in a bad mood in the early mornings, our lives just drifted apart, leading to a separation within the house. People might think I should have divorced him sooner. Indeed, I often thought of divorce. But could I, a stay-at-home mom, raise Emily alone? Could I find a job if I started looking now? Could I fulfill Emily's wishes, like hobbies or college? Could I provide her a comfortable life? I was worried. One day, I was alone at the supermarket, getting groceries. Then I saw a lottery booth in the corner with a lucky day sign. I used to buy tickets with Michael when we saw that sign. Those were good times. I reminisced about those happier days, now feeling like a distant past. Michael had changed. In a fit of desperation, I headed to the lottery ticket booth. It was my first time buying a ticket alone, and I found myself purchasing one after a long hiatus. Might as well. I thought about telling my husband that I bought a lottery ticket. Maybe if we win, we can have those light-hearted conversations again, like we used to, dreaming about doing this or going there. With that faint hope, I headed home. But, like usual, my husband didn't come home until after 10 p.m. After putting our daughter, Emily, to bed, I was sitting on the living room sofa watching TV when I got a call from my husband's number. "Hello, what time are you coming home? Is this Michael's wife?" A strange woman's voice came through. I felt a chill run down my spine, a bad premonition. Who is this?" "I'm Lily. I'm Michael's girlfriend. Your husband is sleeping right beside me." The woman on the phone was my husband's mistress. "I've been wanting to talk to you. I love Michael, and he feels the same. To be blunt, I want you to divorce him. Michael said you're just like a maid to him and he's done using you. I think he's about to bring it up, so start preparing for the divorce, okay?" I was furious with my cheating husband, but this wasn't new. I had been unknowingly cheated on before and after our marriage. But honestly, I had suspected him of cheating. He always came home around 10 p.m. on weekdays, and was never home on weekends. He never let go of his phone and didn't even touch me. So, I wasn't surprised about his affair, but I was disgusted by how casually and unapologetically Lily, his mistress, spoke. Her triumphant tone. My stomach turned thinking about my husband, who spent every night at his mistress's place, sound asleep, and even had his phone taken away. Is that so? Well, I can't say anything until I talk to Michael, so I'll hang up for now. Let's talk more later. No, talking to Michael won't change anything. Actually, I'm pregnant. It's Michael's baby. Please divorce as soon as possible for the sake of our child. I was stunned at her revelation. Pregnant? You're lying. It's true. Michael said he'll support me and the baby as an elite banker. He's going to remarry me, and we'll raise this child together. So, it's time for a wife swap. Can you send Michael's things over soon? This woman must be insane. I have a precious, beautiful daughter at home. And my husband, parading around as an elite banker wherever he goes, disgusted me. Too tired to argue or yell, I calmly asked, "Okay, can you give me your address?" "Wow, you're quite obedient, aren't you?" "The address is..." I noted down the address and hung up. Around midnight, Michael came home. I confronted him about the call from his mistress, and he confessed to the affair without hesitation. She always spills everything. I'm an elite banker, and I'm going to remarry the beautiful and capable Lily. I thought you, just a maid, might be useful, but I've realized being with someone gloomy like you is bad for my luck. I'm divorcing a useless, unemployed woman like you. Bad luck. Useless. Just a maid. His cruel words felt like sharp knives stabbing my heart. But we have Emily, our precious daughter, to protect. I mustered all my strength and asked Michael, "What about Emily?" "You take care of Emily. I have a new child on the way. I'll pay alimony, of course. A high earner like me can easily afford it, unlike you." His lack of apology, his disregard for our daughter. Does this man even have a heart? I felt something snap inside me. No more feelings for such a man. I must protect Emily alone. Michael, afterwards, began talking about Lily, unasked. Apparently, she's a 24-year-old new employee. Popular and beautiful. Michael gleamed as he said, "I'm leaving you for a young and cute girl like her, to start a new life." I couldn't even shed a tear after being belittled by my husband and his mistress. I just wished them nothing but misery. That day, Michael left with minimal belongings, saying, "I'll send the divorce papers once everything is settled." He never returned home after that. Probably staying at Lily's place. I started preparing for the divorce. I consulted a lawyer about the alimony process before filing for divorce, as I heard it's better to do so. I sent Michael's belongings to the address Lily gave me and started preparing to move back to my parents' house with Emily. While cleaning the house, I found more of Michael's belongings and contacted him. "I found a bunch of your stuff while cleaning." My bad. I'll come get it tomorrow, he replied. The next day, Michael arrived at the house. And to my surprise, Lily was with him. Nice to meet you, ex-wife. I'm feeling sick from the pregnancy. Did you sign the divorce papers? Can you hurry up and finish the divorce? She said. She was indeed beautiful and looked much younger than me. Supporting a pregnant Lily, Michael also made me sick to my stomach. All I wanted was for them to leave quickly. Here, the divorce papers and your belongings. I handed over the signed divorce papers, and Michael grabbed them, scribbled his name, and tossed them back at me. Here you go. Make sure to file them today. Sure. And with that, they left. I sighed in relief. There was another important matter I had to attend to. After the divorce was finalized, I received the alimony in one lump sum from Michael. It was expected, considering his constant boasting about being an elite banker. A week later, I was at the bank where my ex-husband worked. I had an important task. As I ignored Michael and proceeded with my business, he came over smirking. Miss me? You really can't let go, can you? Then Lily appeared from the back. Oh, look who it is, the ex-wife. What are you here for? Broke and withdrew savings? I was sick of their sarcasm. No. I'm here to collect something. What? $12 million. What? Yes, that's right. In fact, the lottery ticket I had bought on a whim at the corner of the supermarket turned out to be a jackpot winner. When I used to buy them with Michael as a hobby, we would excitedly check the results together. But this time, since I bought it alone, I didn't expect much and casually checked the results online. Then, I saw the message, "Congratulations on your win." I assumed it was just a minor prize, as usual, but when I scrolled down, I saw an amount I had never seen before. Winning amount, $12 million. I counted the digits in disbelief. What? $12 million? I was in a daze, just staring at the screen in shock. That day, I was so overwhelmed that I barely managed to do any housework or childcare. The next day, I opened my laptop to double-check, and yes, it was still $12 million. I read about what to do after winning, still feeling like I was floating on air. It all seemed so surreal. I even checked with a lawyer whether a lottery win before divorce would be subject to asset division. They told me that since the divorce was due to Michael's fault and our marriage had already broken down, the winnings wouldn't be part of the asset division. When I explained the situation to the two of them, they couldn't believe it. What? Why didn't you tell us? That should be part of the asset division, right? It's unfair if you get all the money. That's just not possible. Cheating and getting your mistress pregnant, and now you say this? There's no way this is part of the asset division. I've already confirmed it with a lawyer. No, that's a lie! Michael exclaimed in a raised voice. What the hell? You never won that much when you were with me. You should have used your luck when we were together. Damn wife, why do you get to have all that? Didn't you say being with a gloomy woman like me brings down your luck? Maybe you were the one bringing down the luck. Humph. Lily, irked, said, "What's with this woman? Michael, let's go. It doesn't matter how much money she has, right? Come on, let's leave." But Michael didn't move. And, unbelievably, said something shocking. Jennifer, I'm sorry. Let's get back together. I was wrong to belittle you and have an affair. Let's start over. What? What are you saying? You said you were gonna support me and the baby. You said you loved me. And now you want to go back to your ex-wife. But with $12 million, we can quit our jobs, buy a house, get a nice car, and go on vacations. There's nothing happier than that. Blinded by money, Michael was proposing to get back together. His disgraceful words filled me with a fiery anger. You really are the worst. To think I lived with such a lowlife for so long makes me sick. I'm sorry for everything up till now. I'll treat you right from now on, okay? Think it over. he said, grabbing my arm, refusing to let go. I was so outraged that I shouted at him, "Don't mess with me." Startled by my outburst, Michael flinched. Then, someone who had heard the commotion came out from the back. "What's going on here, Michael?" "The branch manager." There stood the bank's branch manager. Michael and Lily were flustered by the appearance of such an important figure. "It's nothing." "Really?" I heard the whole story from the staff. "Are you sure there's nothing going on?" "Well, it's just that." "I'll talk to you later." "About your relationship, Michael and Lily," he said. My ex and Lily turned pale as ghosts. An affair, a pregnant mistress, and blabbing loudly in the bank. What a mess. Tough luck, I thought. Then the branch manager approached me. "Ma'am, I'm terribly sorry for the discomfort caused." The branch manager apologized to me. Following suit, my ex-husband and Lily also apologized. I guess they had to, given the manager had already apologized. "Oh, no, that's okay." I stammered. "You're here to withdraw your big lottery win, right?" "Let me help." Thanks to the manager, I withdrew my winnings and became a millionaire overnight. Days later, my ex bombarded me with calls. Should have blocked him. Initially, I ignored him, but then answered, "Hello. Jennifer. Thank God, you picked it up." "What do you want?" I asked. "Since that day, my boss has been furious. He says someone like me harms the bank's reputation. Isn't that awful? Despite all my hard work." I sighed heavily, sensing the situation. Maybe your boss is right. Maybe he thinks your lack of morals could harm the bank eventually. My calm response choked him. I continued. "Your hard work was just fooling around, right?" "Well, that's..." "Anyway, I couldn't care less about your shaky job. Take care," I said and hung up. Felt good to let that out. Later, I heard from an acquaintance that my ex was demoted and transferred to a remote branch. Punished for the chaos he caused in the bank due to his affair. Also, Lily, having witnessed my ex proposing reconciliation after learning of my win, furiously confronted him. She said to him, "Actually, the baby isn't yours." Maybe. I had other potential husbands, you know. Thought you were a high-flying banker, but I don't need a demoted, unstable one. I'll remarry someone better. Goodbye. She left the bank and vanished. Lily was considering remarrying my ex, thinking he was an elite banker. But upon realizing he was just an average employee with shaky prospects, she decided against it. A story scarier than horror, my ex was abandoned by his mistress, shunned by his wife and kids, and his job at risk. Served him right. With my lottery winnings, I moved into a condo with my daughter. Although the prize meant I could have stopped working, I chose to be prudent and soon found a job, returning to my career as a nurse. I wanted to avoid wasteful spending, especially considering my daughter's future. However, I decided we deserved some luxury, so I planned a trip to Hawaii with my daughter and my parents. Staying in a great hotel and being able to show my appreciation to my parents while spending quality time with my daughter was truly wonderful. Looking ahead, I hope to travel more with my daughter, learn new things together, and find hobbies we both enjoy. I'm excited to start this new chapter of life with my lovely daughter, filled with happiness and adventure.